In this video, we are going to be covering 3 stories in the world of gambling. One story from someone who used to be a manager at a casino, giving us some insight into how things work. One story from an addict who lost it all with a strong warning message to anyone who is gambling themselves. And story 3, a sickening story that tells the darkest outcome of this addiction. Make sure you watch to the end and don't miss it. Story 1, the casino manager. I used to manage a casino, and I want to pull back the curtain a bit, especially for anyone struggling with gambling, or anyone who thinks it's just harmless fun. Casinos are not just about luck, they're behavioral science factories. Everything is intentionally crafted to keep you playing. And no clocks, no windows. You lose all sense of time. I've seen people play for 14+ hours thinking it was only 4. And near wins on slot machines. They're not random. Near misses release dopamine too, tricking your brain into thinking you were close. Free drinks. Lower inhibition equals higher spend. I once watched a guy lose $2,000, blacked out, and come back the next day like nothing happened. A losses disguised as wins. If you bet $5 and win $2, it feels like a win because of the lights and sound, but you're still down $3. A loyalty cards equals data mining. We tracked who was spending the most, how long they stayed, and when they were most vulnerable. And we marketed accordingly. The worst part? I genuinely liked many of the regulars. I'd see them more than their families. Some were kind, lonely, smart, people with dreams who just wanted a break. And instead, they lost everything. If you're feeling like the casino owes you, or that you've invested too much to walk away now, that's the trap. That's exactly how they get you. Please don't let shame stop you from reaching out. I've seen people walk away and rebuild. It's hard, but it's not impossible. If you're reading this and you're hurting, I hope this gives you clarity. You're not alone. You're not broken. You're just caught in a system designed to break you. And you can get out. Story 2. The addict who lost everything and is still living with the consequences. My ruined life. A warning to any young addicts. Hi, firstly, I'll just provide a bit of background. I am just another example of someone whose whole adulthood has been destroyed and ruined due to gambling addiction. I am now 1 year away from being 40, and I fear it's now too late to live the life I want. My gambling destroyed my previous relationship, which was now many years ago, along with any chances of a normal stable family now or in the future. My never-ending debts and declining mental health due to the effects of my gambling makes my future seem hopeless. I am living with my parents with debts still to pay off, no car, not a very good job in terms of income or satisfaction, bad mental health, and over the years I've slowly but surely lost contact with any friends I had. I have also lost all my self-esteem and confidence and often feel depressed with no motivation. All of this makes any kind of relationship impossible and makes my future seem hopeless. I just don't see any solution to my problems, even if I stopped gambling. Here's the thing, although my situation makes me feel suicidal on occasions, I simply wouldn't be able to put my parents through that. All this makes me feel so trapped and stuck. Despite all this, I do still have the tiniest bit of hope that one day, I will be in a better situation in terms of moving forward in my life. A normal happy family of my own, however, seems very unlikely as I will soon be in my 40s and my current situation is awful. I hate seeing any pictures of myself in my younger days as I see a completely different person to the person I am today. I was young and carefree, motivated and optimistic about the future with energy and abundance. I looked far happier and was confident and popular. I just loved life. Unfortunately, none of these things are the case anymore. Before lockdown, I was in a position where I still had all of the issues already identified. However, I hadn't gambled for a while and was beginning to very slowly pay off debts. Did I feel any better? I'm honestly not sure if I did or not, but I did have a routine which didn't involve gambling. As lockdown went on, I don't know why, maybe boredom, but I just gave in to my thoughts and thought I'd have a gamble on one of those live casino game shows called Adventures in Wonderland. I didn't know much about it, but I won a large amount from my first deposit. From that moment on, I couldn't stop playing it. Loss after loss after loss until I had lost all my wages and any money I had from my period without gambling, as well as making deposits using my phone which will go onto my next bill and I will be unable to pay. Therefore, I have no money to pay towards my debts this month or for anything, housekeeping, or for anything else. Most of next month's wages will now also disappear. Luckily, I cannot take on any more debt. The problem I have is that if I could have just stopped after the big win, I could have nearly cleared my debts and put myself in a much better situation. However, like so many gambling addicts, I have said this time and time again over the years. Like so many gamblers, I will hesitate about buying something for a tenner like a takeaway. But when I'm gambling, I won't even think twice about depositing 100s and 100s. Crazy. The problem is, as I've already mentioned, is that I just don't see a solution even if I never gambled again. The effects from my gambling will still be there. This is the problem with gambling addiction. The effects from it can stay with the person for many, many years after quitting, depending on the extent of the person's gambling. These effects make moving forward impossible due to debts and mental health, etc. This is why gamblers feel so trapped and stuck in life. Unfortunately, I'm having a really difficult time accepting things even though I know I have to. Obviously, I realize things could be worse, although that doesn't really help on a day-to-day basis when you're struggling. Like I said, unfortunately, I just don't see any solution to my issues for the next 5 years at least. One of the main problems is that gambling and its effects has caused me to lose my identity, and I have to a certain extent become emotionally numb with no interest in anything. Until certain issues are resolved, I can't see myself regaining my confidence, motivation, and self-esteem. A warning to any gambling addicts who are in their late teens or 20s, no win will ever be enough. Seriously, listen. You don't realize it, but even if you win 1 year's wages, 2 years' wages, or 10 years' wages, once you start losing any winnings accumulated, you will start chasing again. Our brains do not work in the same way as anyone without an addictive personality. We lose our minds and all rationale disappears. Gamblers will spend 5 grand to chase one loss of a tenner without even realizing, even if this tenner is part of the winnings already accumulated. We are ill mentally. It doesn't come down to money, it's a game being played in our minds where we will always lose. Please stop while you are young enough to rebuild. I have failed and ruined my life, don't make the same mistake. There's a saying that you only live once. Well, unfortunately, I feel like I've completely messed up my chance at living a good, normal and happy life due to a stupid gambling addiction. Trigger warning. Story 3. No light at the end of the tunnel. This is a Reddit post posted by a deleted user. The post reads, "The owner of this account has taken their life due to losses from an online crypto casino which we can't name due to YouTube policy. It's with sadness I'm here to say we lost a good person recently. Never use online gambling websites. It's not worth it. Keep your loved ones close, and if you can, avoid any and all gambling if possible. We are left without my partner, my friend, all because he was duped into thinking there was a chance to make it out like Togi or Steve will do it. That is not possible. You will ruin your life. You will ruin everyone close to your lives. Do not do it. I hope you all find better ways. It's not worth it. Rest in peace, Jason. I miss you so much." We hope you enjoyed these 3 real, raw, unfiltered gambling stories. If we've managed to make even one person think twice about placing their next bet, then we are happy with our work. Subscribe for more stories like this. If you or anybody you know is struggling with problem gambling, please check the description for free tools to help. You are not alone.